School District High School football. Live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to Poudre School District Athletics. Tonight live on Stream It Sports from French Field in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. The home team, Poudre Impalas, host the visiting Fort Collins Lambkins and Colorado High School boys varsity football action. Hello, my name is David Haase, along with my partner Randy McCoy and Brian Roxbury on camera. And Randy, tonight, it's a crosstown rivalry game.
It's a crosstown rivalry game, and Poudre, who we're getting ready to watch come on the field, we were hearing a little bit from Coach Rice from Fort Collins, said this is one of the best Poudre teams he's seen in a long time.
In 15 years. That's quite a statement, quite a compliment to how they've started their season. They really have, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And Fort Collins last week, really, I don't know if it was an upset or not, but they handled Fossil Ridge even after having
17-6 in their first game.
5 turnovers.
5 turnovers, yes. And then you go look at Poudre. They had a dominating win against Douglas County here early in the first game, the 0-week game. But they went down to Mountain Vista, always a tough program here in Colorado, and they dominated them on the road. And a big, long road trip brought back a great victory, and we talked about that with Kevin Lytle from the Colorado, and that's probably one of the best road games victories in about 3 or 4 years up here. So their season's off to a great start, too. So we've got 2 undefeated teams here tonight at French Field. Welcome back to Stream It Sports here at French Field in just a moment.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
Welcome to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
We love adventure and we want something safe.
RAV4 comes with Toyota Safety Sense Standard.
Just imagine the things we'll see.
Here we go. Oh, look at the zebras.
Oh, look at those 2 rhinos. Oh.
Are they?
Maybe the beach.
Love the beach.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2017 RAV4. Or get $3,000 cash back on RAV4.
Enjoy the sights.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We're back here now live at French Field. The Impalas, home team, won the toss. They deferred, so they'll be kicking off from the north, and Collins, the Lambkins, will be receiving coming out of that south end zone here at French Field. Beautiful night to play a game here, Randy. Flag just barely moving in that north end zone, and we look at it as a great way to start a Thursday night.
Well, I'll tell you what, and we've got here on Stream of Sports, we've got a ton of games. We've got 5 up here north, and we've got also the post preps, which is run by Stream of Sports. So we've got a lot of action on Stream of Sports. So anyway, Poudre, Fort Collins, here's my partner David Haase.
Kickoff is going to be a short one, taken at the 25-yard line by the Lambkins, kind of just up in the air, and kind of a safety catch, not really much going on. Lambkins all over it, so no return. Kicker number 92, Noah Ford, the senior, just kind of pooched up in the air. Randy, we see more and more of that, don't we?
Yeah, and, if you don't have a deep kicker, sometimes it's best to just use your defense and
pop it straight up in the air.
So we've seen it done effectively.
So the Lambkins coming out, one of the big differences tonight, and I think we may see how that shows up early, is that Poudre's already played 2 games. This is the second game. You always improve the most between that first and the second, coaches always like to say, but having one more on their belt compared to just the 1-0 Lambkins is important. So Lambkins break their huddle. 2 wide outs, pistol formation. Fake the handoff. Quarterback almost loses it, steps around the corner, passes downfield. He's got a man open, so he'll run pass option. Nice job of paying attention to what was in front of him that time. And Hayden Iverson, the sophomore quarterback, Listed 6'1", 163, Randy, and smart play that time.
Yeah, that was a kind of an oops, maybe.
And then using his head.
Yeah, that's a Coach Rice play there, isn't
That's
it?
exactly right. Well, it's tough to defend too. As long as your linemen stay on stay on the line of scrimmage, don't go off. He can run that run pass option down, and he just had a short dump off. I didn't catch who caught the ball, if that was Leone or not. This time, running back quarterback mix up, tackle for a loss behind the line of scrimmage goes down. Tackle going to be made by number 20 for the Impalas, Carter Finch. Brings up a third and about 3 or 4.
You say it's a nice night, but even at the temperature it is, you put all that football equipment on 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
It's still warm.
It's still warm.
So third down again. Lampkin's back in their pistol formation. Motion. Give on the motion, right side, trying to turn upfield, number 15. Gets around a couple blockers. Nice job. Great patience and just screams forward. And that's Jackson Shore, one of the captains, the senior defensive back and wide receiver. And, boy, showed some great patience there waiting for his blockers, didn't he?
Yeah, that was 6'2", 160. So he's a bit skinny, but, boy, he...
Nice cut.
Sometimes it's how smart you are, not necessarily how big you are.
Yeah, get on there. Some of the others, too. Jake Leone talked about one of the captains, number 25. We expect him to be very involved in this offense. I think he had 6 or 7 receptions last week, so look for that production to keep up. The senior's going to be counted on downfield for them.
One of the best receivers in the state, really.
Yep. Great off-tackle play. Goes up. Nice tackle down the open field. They're coming up also for just kind of finish him off from the safety spot. Josiah Stribling, number 7. Tackles underneath. Let's get some of those starters out there on that offensive line for the Lampkins, too, as they play that hurry-up offense. But number 66 starts it off, the bell cow right there, Sam Piotrowski. Coach actually said, good luck with pronouncing that. So, Sam, I hope I got that right. Trips to the top of your screen. Blitz coming far side, right up the middle. Screen called. And the receiver, you know what, just a great job that time. They didn't let him get inside, did they?
No, they didn't. And, you had the right play called for what the defense was, but was not able to complete it.
Yeah. They stopped Leone, who's going to, he's a great weapon on that. Let's just go some of those other offensive linemen. Jonathan Engel, 53. Jose Guerra, 63. James Swan, 74. And Quay McClaney, number 78. And I'm sure we'll get others in and out of there, and we'll get the wide receivers in a second here to you. 3rd and 5, though. Trips here to the near side. Fakes the give, looking at the run to the outside, tries to cut upfield, gain 2 or 3, going to be just short of the line to gain at the 50. So a strong run by the sophomore, Randy, but just short.
6'1", 163 pounds, Hayden Iverson. What I was going to say is, if you have never watched a Fort Collins team, you'll see all kinds of players playing all kinds of positions.
Yep.
It's almost a positional. It's almost like the NBA now. It's almost a positionless team.
Yep. And they're all going to be dangerous. Spencer Purnell now back to punt and picking to one of the game-changing players here in the city. You got Zach Leal, number 6, back there on his own 12.
4th and 1. Boy, I would look for something tricky here if I was.
They've been known to do it, and then you call the option to the right side. He's got the punter outside him. He's going to make the edge, drives his way across and gets it.
Yeah, that.
Well,
I'm not sure anybody in the stadium didn't know that was going to happen.
Well, and you know what? Instead of punting it to Zach Leal, don't you think that's not a bad option?
Yeah, and if you don't make it, they got it at the 50. But,
some of those,
Coach Rice will do that.
Like you said, there's nobody surprised there at all. Some of those defensive players for the Impalas, we'll get to them here. And I know they lost one of their big linemen, broken hand, young man out for the season after surgery, which is a shame. Depth is such a big deal to go very far in high school football, especially in 5A. Give back up the middle.
That's Rimmers.
Yeah, Rimmers again, number 3. Michael Rimmers, leading receiver last week. They got him listed as quarterback, wide receiver, and DB.
Well, that's a Fort Collins team, isn't it?
Exactly.
And he probably carried the water.
Yep,
brought
it all in.
Too.
Zach Leal and Alonzo Leal both back there on defense. You'll see them 5 and 6 deep in the secondary. Josiah Stribling, we talked about on a tackle earlier, number 7. 14 is my near side corner, and that's Caden Oliver. A lot of seniors, a lot of experience on this Poudre team. Right now, though, Collins driving away. Remmers, great cut to the outside, drives forward, tackled. Some of these other starters on defense, number 19, Bryce Ramler, 20, Carter Finch, Dylan McVicker, 24, be back and forth, offense and defense, and Kobe Salinas, 34, Michael Scott, 44. Down linemen, both Will McBride and then Weston Mayer. Weston Mayer, keep an eye on 54, Randy. He's a game changer on that defensive line. Several Saturday players on both of these teams, and Poudre's got several to look at just on their defense. 3rd and short. Full backfield. Rammer's cutting around, finding somebody. I'll tell you what, he's hard to see back there. He's not he's not a tall kid, but he's got great vision.
Well, you know, football a lot of times is about angles and different things. It's not just about outrunning the guy. And, you know, he looked up and found the hole because he knew he only needed 2 yards.
So right now, you know what, Poudre might have come in thinking, okay, we've already gone down and proved it. Some of the big boys down in Denver. We need to find a way to start it here. But Collins on a nice opening drive took it from their 25 now to the 35 of the Impalas. 1st and 10. High snap, fake to give, trying to go right up the middle.
Great fake.
Yeah, he had a couple people diving for him. That's your guy. You got to take him. You got to assume he's going to have the ball every time, don't you? Gain of a couple. Second and 8 now. Twins, both sides of the formation, pistol formation once again. Iverson back. Remember behind him. Pass play looking downfield. He's got a man wide open the out. Strong arm shot. Great throw by Iverson there, Randy. Very impressed with his arm. Jackson Shore on the reception, but taken down pretty quickly by trying to get that young man's jersey over there. And I'll tell you one thing, we already talked about this earlier. This is our least favorite jerseys that the Impalas are wearing tonight. A little bit of sunshine on them, you can read them, but boy, it goes away, and that's tough. Far side corner over there, I think it was Zach Leal. Yep, it was. 3rd and 4. Probably 4-down territory anyway. Iverson to give up the middle. Remmers slides off one tackle. Doesn't get away too far, though, short of the 1st down. Wrapped up on a nice tackle by their number 64, Tyler Stillwagon. So 4th and 2. Collins not even looking to go for it on a field goal nor a punt here. Not much to gain. Now, quarterback Iverson under center, I formation. Poudre showing straight man outside. They got 9 in the box. Back to throw. Looking for man. Taking it deep. He's got to throw it up in the air. And just a nice job by the defense. The ball was really underthrown. And it was really underthrown. It was a timing play. The quarterback. And that's an experience, isn't it, back there?
Yeah, and that's Coach Rice, too. You know, he tried to catch him by surprise there.
Yeah, well, and that's one of those plays where if he had a chance to cut back the inside, but Iverson will learn that he took a couple extra stutter steps back there before he let it go. He's got enough arm to get it there. That just got to be thrown on about 2 counts earlier. So either way, turnover and downs by the Impala defense.
And now we'd like to introduce to you Mr. J.T. Erickson, huh?
You think he might get the ball a few times tonight?
Yes, one of the top running backs in 5A this year, maybe in the state.
2 games, averaging 166 yards, and he is a hammer looking for a nail.
That ain't bad.
McFadden back from the knee injury, missed most of last year, except for about a game and a half. Erickson right up the middle.
Yeah, there's
bruising his way through.
There'll be some bruised up defensive people tonight.
Well, and Collins, you know what? On defense, we know they come to play. That's not going to be an issue there. But like I said, they're going to have to contain him. And if you can get, you got a little over 4 yards on 1st down. If you do it again, you're going to see him all night long.
Even Nebraska math can add that up.
That's exactly right. 4 plus 4 plus 4.
It's
Move
10.
the chains.
In Nebraska, that's 10.
That's right. 1st and 10. Left side, Erickson picks his way around. Got a break on the outside, across the 40. Got one to set up. That'll be coming back. He's still moving around bodies. Down 35, down close to the 31. But as we saw the referee who threw that pass, he threw a long throw with that flag. That's going to come all the way back.
Did we tell you he's fairly elusive too?
Yeah.
He's 6'1", 203 pounds. And, folks, I don't know if you've
Good
ever played
burst.
football or not, but you have 203 pounds coming at you.
Got another flag down here on the 41-yard line, too. So I think Collins is going to have his choice of poison. The referee already looked over at Coach Rice and signaled to him.
Coach Rice signed a big sigh of relief there.
Yeah. Got a block in the back. There's a decline. That's the one down here downfield. Got holding call, though, back here, and that's a spot foul. And that'll be from the 39-yard line or so, I think it was. So let him move him all the way back. Yeah, that's a big penalty right there. He come out of that scrum there in the middle, didn't he? A couple nice side steps. And what I like about a runner like Erickson is that his shoulder pads stay square to the field going downfield. He didn't have to turn sideways when he made his move. Either way, though, all comes back. McFadden yet to throw a pass. Fires the outside on the slant to Leal. He steps up. First yard. He got past the sticks there. Still turns around.
Boy.
What an effort, too. And, strong push for a little guy, but we know he's tough enough. And I liked how McFadden just laid that ball out in front of him and let him come running into it. So 1st and 10. Paul's back on the ball quickly. Erickson behind McFadden, dribbling near side, Leal top side receivers. Isaac right off the right side. Erickson's got a chance to go.
He's gone.
If they can run him down. 20, 10, 5, touchdown.
No flags.
No flags, no laundry on the carpet. And what a burst and what a block in front of him, too. The right side of that line went and just folded the defense, and the follow isolation block over that right side was all he needed. And tack on about 65 yards for J.T. Erickson and 6 points.
We've seen some Poudre running backs have some tremendous nights here. And
yeah. Well, and, you look at the way that, like I say, not only he had the power, that was a between the tackles play, read the block in front of him, busted outside, but kept himself going downfield and then showed the speed to run away and finish it off. So McFadden will be kicking the PAT with a pretty good-sized brace on. Thinking that may be out of necessity.
it might be a...
Actually kicked it quite well.
Maybe he's got a bionic leg now.
That's a testament to how good that knee surgery, his recovery's gone.
McFadden, a multi-sport athlete, probably one of the best athletes in town.
You look at three-sport athletes and missing what he did football, basketball, and baseball last year. That's tough. You're going to have a chance to come back and prove it this year. You're a senior. You'd rather be back on the field.
Yes, and the court and the
and the diamond. So after the procedure penalty, Poudre's going to move back, make the PAT attempt 25 yards. Leal's the holder. Snap is good. Kick is good. And 7-0 early lead here for the Impalas at French Field, leading the Lampkins. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Welcome back here. I want to give a softball score. Fort Collins 18, Boulder 0. That's what we like to see here at Fort Collins. And I'll tell you what, Fort Collins this year has got some teams. We saw Tuesday night the ranked volleyball team was able to win fairly handily. Speaking of volleyball, at 6:30, we will have our first Windsor broadcast from Windsor High School. Samantha, Sam, as we know, and Cody are over there. So if you can open both links and watch both games if you want to. Windsor Rocky Mountain and another
short kick. Yeah,
short
they're
kick.
They're going to change something there. And it was a nice job of just taking the ball and receiving it there. Kellen Vargasser, the junior, came up and took it. But, I mean, that's tough. The ball's in the air, just comes down. It didn't go. He didn't kick very far. But, you don't get that head of steam up. You don't get to take a 5 to 10 step run and get some acceleration.
The only problem I have is the 30 is not bad field position. So
yeah.
I'd like to see that back at the 15.
I'm almost surprised McFadden, although not wanting to put your quarterback out there on kickoff, because he could certainly kick the ball just obviously a little bit lighter, but as the season progresses, it'll get better, I'm sure. Either way, 1st and 10, Lampkins on their own 31.5. Trips to the far side, motion coming across that shore. Iverson back to throw, looking down the middle. Pocket's holding nicely. He's got to get rid of it now. Time to go.
Oh.
And young man's that's one of those make that decision time.
Yeah, he waited a little too long, didn't he?
Just a sophomore, yeah. And that's the progress, what you got to make. Because he had guys going downfield. I saw number 10, Abia Seged, who big speed guy, also a track guy.
Just call him Abby.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Good friend of my son's.
Okay, all right. I'll do that much more.
Yeah. He's been to my house many times, and he's Abby.
That works. He's near side. Sweep to the right side. Remmers hit and tackle. Brought right
tackle.
down. That's a great secure tackle. That's the way you want to do it. Drive your head into the carrier with your face up and knock him down. Carter Finch on the tackle there for the Impalas. Number 20.
Going back to that mini sack that he had, he had enough room to run for a first down if he'd have made a decision, just split. Yep. So you hear about quarterbacks making quick decisions. That's one of them right there.
Yep.
Stayed in the pocket too long, and it cost him.
Yep. So 3rd and about a long 8. Need to cross the 42. Poudre in straight man defense. No safety in the middle of the field. Iverson look around, steps up, looks down the pocket, fires down the field. It's going to be short and picked off. Big return coming here. Ball's on the ground, though, and Lampkins are going to get it back.
I think Abby got on it.
I think you might be right, because number 10, that was Kian Raska, read the quarterback eyes really well. The ball just a little underthrown, cut underneath it, grabs it, returns it for about 35 yards, but then forgot turning into a running back means ball security.
So it's a net first down.
First down.
That's one way to get a first down.
That's right. Yeah, move the chains and just remark them, and gained about 6, but they got the first down. So no harm, no foul there as far as the Lampkins concerned, and a little bit of a learning moment there for a young quarterback. Trips to the top of your field, Remmers behind. That's a pretty good decision there. He just threw that over the top. He tried to fire it there. Nice job. Ramblers coming in, putting pressure behind. Trying to throw just a quick bubble screen to the right side. A couple of those other starters out there. We talked about Ramblers and the young man who had an ankle injury last year, really limited his play towards the end of the year. You just part of the game, part of your team record often has to do with just health.
Certainly did last year with Poudre.
Oh, yeah.
They lost their starting quarterback, even though they had James Campbell.
Yeah, they had the best of backup situations there for sure. Very talented backup. Remmers cutting around the middle. Gains a few. Just a nice patient run there, brought down by Alonzo Leal.
Well, the one
Carter
thing
Finch.
you can tell is Coach Rice really wants to establish a run game, because he's pounding it inside. He's not getting a lot, but he's obviously wanting to establish that, and you never know. They're liable to break one.
Well, yeah, you got a sophomore quarterback, and that stuff. He's got strong arm, but you saw though you got to work your way into this. Fires the out pattern this time. Nice throw, good catch on the outside. I think that's
perfect.
Leone. Yeah. Yeah, Jake Leone out there on the far side, just a dart. That time he set his feet and just let it go, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a good throw, and Leone did a great job of knowing exactly where he was for a first down. How many times in the NFL have you seen a receiver catch a ball like that and he's a yard short of the first down?
You got to get on the sticks.
Good job, Jake.
Couple of substitutions in there. Line up front, 99 for Impala's Michael Scott. And I believe Harlan Archuleta also in there, far side. Warm night, like you're saying, Randy. You got to rotate your guys. Roll out this side. I think you're going to get a holding call there because he just got grabbed in. I think they're going to be able to decline this one, though. The tackle's sack's going to be behind him, and Iverson just could not make that edge to turn himself to come forward.
Wait a little while to blow the whistle, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They let him.
I think
let him get roped
quarterback
up.
saying,
"I'm down.
I'm down, man. I'm tapped out here." Plus, they had a holding call.
Yeah. So they'll decline that penalty. It would have been back, but the loss of down and the loss on the play are better suited for what they wanted to do. So second and about 22. Just put it this way, they've got to get to the Lambkins or the Impala's 43-yard line on the other side of the midfield. Thanks for tuning in here. Streaming Sports. Dave Haase, Randy McCoy. Iverson fires it downfield, showing a good sight. He's got a man wide open. Leon's all by himself. I don't know how you don't find Jake Leon, but he go down. Ow. His leg went sideways when he went down, Randy, and hope he's okay. Great catch, good run.
That was a great catch.
Very good throw. But trainers are coming on the field right away, too, because they know when they went down, I'm hoping that leg just kept sliding. But in one thing he saw there, too, Randy, what did Leon do after he got the ball? Secured it. 2 hands over it. You're exactly right. Boy, there was no way he was going to make a mistake and let that ball get away from him. And as we have a break here in the field while the trainers come out and work with him, we'll be right back. You're watching Stream It Sports.
So we're back here, and
good news.
Yeah, Jake is walking off. That's going to be sore, though, and he's...
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Yeah, he sprained his knee at some level, and it hurts so bad that when it stops hurting, there's a euphoria, and you can get up and walk, so we'll see if he can return or not. But
probably
great throw and catch.
Yeah, that time, Iverson really put it on the money, got the ball up in the air. Faked the ball to run through there. I'll tell you what. Okay, I got to see who that was. I think that was actually number 98. I think that was Stephen Brewer-Bauman, the senior offensive lineman. Because they had Remmers back there in the Wildcat, and they actually didn't snap it to him. They snapped it to Bummers, who was the up back.
Right. That's a great play because you'd think he was there to be a lead blocker. But Poudre recovered pretty good. They didn't get faked out so much.
Nope. Gained about a yard or so. Ball first and goal to go at the 4-yard line. And we're going to be ending our first quarter on that play. So after 1 quarter play here at French Field, a quick one, 7-0, the Impalas lead the Lambkins. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here. Want to let you know we are on Facebook Live now. You can catch us on Facebook at Stream It Sports NoCo or Stream It Sports. And share that if you want. If you got some friends somewhere and you don't want to give them the link, streamitsports.com, just share that link with them on Facebook. And
we're back here now after that quarter play. I tell you what, you said they still got the Wildcat formation. Bombers is right next to Remmers, who's taking the lineup to take the snap. Big, heavy formation, just straight run up the middle. Remmers just trying to find a crack, takes it down about inside the 2. It's going to be 3rd and goal. And I like that, Randy. I mean, they've got 2 tight ends. They've got an up back who's an offensive lineman. They got Brewer-Bauman right in front of him. They're not trying to get too cute here. But wait, we're talking about Collins, aren't we?
Yeah.
And even though Coach Rice doesn't call the plays, hopefully those of you got to watch the interviews we had with all 4 high school coaches here locally, he says, I'm back working there with the defense. But I think he pays a little attention.
He's an influencer, isn't he?
Yes, I would imagine. So 3rd and goal from about the 2. Big 2 downs coming up here. Good to see Leon on the far sideline jogging a little bit too. Snap, one wide out. Faked it up the middle. Gives it to the lineman. He's spinning around. I don't think he's going to mark him in there. Nope, he's going to be short. There's a difference range between a running back and a lineman there. He just kind of bulled his way in, but he got turned around and he stood up. And forward progress got stopped. So big stand so far by the Impalas. Can they do it one more time? Ball is just, if they gain anything, they're in the end zone. Really tough to do. Both these teams got very good size up front.
Well, that just goes to show you in high school football, you got to go with who comes out on your team in the public schools.
Yep.
And so you got to make a team out of whoever's there, and Coach Rice is as good as anybody I've ever seen at doing that.
All right, stack formation again there. Heel to heel, cheek to cheek on that line. And now we got an infraction. Well, if it's against Poudre, it doesn't really matter. You can't go any closer to the end zone than that ball is.
And it is against Poudre.
Yeah. They could do that 5 more times. Can't score on a penalty. So we're going to wind the clock again. I'll tell you what, though. Quickly going back out. Recall the play. 2 split ends. Tackle to tackle. They, like I said, they are heel to heel. Up underneath there, and then the quarterback up underneath. It's just going to be a scrum push. He goes around that side, touchdown, easily in. I tell you what, they loaded up 2 guards on the right side behind the guards, and it looked like you're just going to go to your right, and Remmers just slid around the left, and he just dived in. Nothing to stop. Great play call. I really like that play call, Randy. I want to go back and look at that myself.
Let's just get a big pile of guys and make sure we're not
and then somebody who's quick and explosive like Remmers just jumps in a slide. It's so hard to stop because you got to get lower than that guy, and he did a great job of finding that line going across. PAT pending here, now a chance to tie it up. Iverson, the quarterback, holding. Good snap, kick is up. Sideways end over end and good.
So we got a ball game here, 7-7.
Yep, Garrett McGraw there, one of the captains. The senior knocks it through.
You know, one of the things that Collins will have to do is they're going to have to keep the ball, and because sometimes your best defense is your offense, and if you can keep the ball.
Keep Erickson and McFadden off and Leo off the field.
Because as we saw in the first drive, you know, they didn't have much of an answer for
Poudre
Erickson.
only had 2 drives. Obviously, the one was a long touchdown run by Erickson, and he's been on the bench now for about 6 minutes.
And he can't score from over there.
Yeah. So Poudre will back to receive now after the quarter change. Number 22, Tristan Burkett and Zach Leal deep. And if you've watched any of our telecasts or you've been any kind of a fan at all of Lambkins football, the onside kick is always part of the weapon in their arsenal. And Poudre's honoring that. They've got 8 guys in the first 10 yards for eligible receiving area. And it's one of those where if you can kick it up high enough and drop it right around that 30, and you see teams with really skilled kickers, which we've had plenty in this area.
Well, anymore, the kickoff, you know, it's just mundane in pro sports and different things like that. But, boy, in high school, you never know what they're going to do, and they might try to plop it right there behind the line. And so Poudre trying to react to that, but you're right. There's a big hole that
Kick's going to be going downfield. Leal's going to take it at about his 7-yard line. Dangerous return man. One move up the middle is going to get wrapped up. Nice job on the tackle. Number 23 for the Lambkins, Randy, down there in Braden Stutt, the junior. Nice, solid tackle and an elusive runner like Leal.
we want to thank our sponsors, Schrader Oil, Pedersen Toyota, And First Bank, if you'd like to partner with us, become a part of the Stream It Sports family, email me at rmccoy@streamitsports.com, rmccoy@streamitsports.com, and we'll set you up with a package or two that we have for you.
1st and 10 now in Paula's. McFadden gives off the right side. Erickson, he busts right over the right tackle again. Almost a gain of 10. I think he does get the first down. He's just a load, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, again, he's come in averaging 166 yards a game, and those weren't little schools he did that against.
Yep. Well, especially Mountain Vista. Go
and
down
he
there.
Probably didn't even play. I don't think he played the second half
against Douglas
County because they.
Yeah, that was overmatched. Seven men in the box, though, for the Lampkins, trying to stop it. McFadden, though, loses the handle, kind of looking ahead, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was looking where he's going to pitch it before he caught the ball.
So
we've all done that.
Yeah, option kind of went out of his hands, so loss of about 3 on the play. Ball back inside the 34-yard line just about. Beautiful night here. Nice crowd across the way. Lampkin students are in. The band's over there. A lot of parents. Poudre is always representing over here on the home side. They've got a lot of fans here. Still people trickling in, too. The early starts are tough for some to make it, aren't they?
Well, we've talked a little bit about, the change of the conferences and this game being a city game being played on a Thursday night, 6 o'clock.
All-out blitz coming. Erickson going the right side, but there's a fake. Reverse play coming down the side. He's got a side to make there. Tripped and down. Great play fake.
Did he see the opening or what?
Yeah, and put the burst on.
And that was Tate Satterfield, I believe.
Yeah, number 36. Yeah, taking off down there. And just, you know what? Everybody knows 32 is going to get the ball a lot of times. He was a great decoy. And a nice job of ball handling by McFadden, too. So 1st and 10, cross midfield down to the 43. Paulus wins up to the far side of the field. Play changes coming from the sideline. Quick outside pass to Leal, trying to get open space. He's got room to run, makes a couple of cuts. You just got to get in front of him and let him come to you. You're not going to hunt him down.
And that's a dangerous pass that was thrown very well.
Yeah, got it out of his hands because that probably would have been a lateral from our vantage point. But a good play, and like I say, you spread the field. You got thunder and lightning, don't you, really, when you've got somebody like Erickson, then you got the outside player like Leal. Both can score from any place on the field.
They've got a good line, too, so.
Snap, mishandled. McFadden picks it up, tries to head downfield. And just a great play hustling up and making a solid tackle in the backfield. Jace Wide.
Good hands by McFadden to be able to handle that.
Mm-hmm. Third and 4 coming up. Got to get down to the 33-yard line. That's a couple of snaps he's had little issues with, and he think maybe just a little bit in a hurry. Got to let the game come to you. Fad looks to his left, throws a quick out. All by himself is Leal. And a nice open field tackle there by the Lampkins, number 7, Spencer Purnell. Because he's giving him a big cushion. What you got to give somebody as dangerous as Leal. But at that time, McFadden set his feet, delivered a strike on time, and Leal had the chance to catch it after he made the break and still have room to run, didn't he?
Yeah, that was great open field tackle.
Erickson just finding room to run right up the middle, dragging bodies with him inside the 20 down near the 15. There's no mistake that you're going to get over there and just follow the big boys up front for the Impalas. They're doing it they're gashing holes right now.
Well, he's a motivated runner, that's for sure.
So first down after the carry, ball placed on here the left side, right in the hash. Tight end sliding over. A lot of motion in this offense this year. Again, you got to find Erickson just kind of steps around. Guys are in there getting to his legs. Just gain of about 3 or 4, but still gain of 3 or 4.
Yeah, and the play that he got so many yards against Douglas County was he gets the ball out in the left, and he has the option of either going outside or doing the cutback, and they had no answer for him when he cut back.
Yeah, that's just great vision. And patience.
Yeah, but nice job there by the Lampkins because he tried to cut back there.
Got a lot of guys got to the party. big kid like that, you got to get to his legs. Faked on him. McFadden going out. He's got Leal out in the flat. Just gets it by the defender. Leal grabbed by the jersey. I'll tell you what, that ball got out of his hands because Braden Stutt, number 23 for the Lambkins, read the play, just barely missed it.
Yeah, had to have been a pick six, and he threw it just hard enough.
Yeah, got away from it. And say, timing is on a play like that is very important. You want to give that receiver the ball quickly. So third and very short, ball inside the 7-yard line. Give the ball right up the middle to the fullback. Enough for the first down yard, so we're going to have first and goal. Ball right on the 5-yard line. And we got Impala down there. It looks like an ankle roll. Kind of just did the smart thing to go down and let somebody take a look at that. So while they're taking care of him, we'll be right back. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Welcome to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
We love adventure and we want something safe.
RAV4 comes with Toyota Safety Sense Standard.
Just imagine the things we'll see.
Here we go. Oh, look at the zebras.
Oh, look at those 2 rhinos. Oh.
Are they?
Maybe the beach.
Love the beach.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2017 RAV4. Or get $3,000 cash back on RAV4.
Enjoy the sights.
Toyota, let's go places.
So after that holding call, after the touchdown run, going to move that back outside the 15-yard line, as a spot foul near the 15. So still a goal to go, first and goal to go. But, yeah, that was just a lot of people trying to get around the edge there. Referee said he was on the far side, but he had a good look at it apparently and decided it was worth the flag. So that changed it there. A bit of a break for the Lambkins. Still first and goal, back out to the 14-yard line. Leal in motion. Gives the Leal, makes the outside cut. Gets away from one tackler, spun down at about the 10, gains about 4. Nice job of coming across the field, though, following the responsibility. It's been interesting to see what you do here, Randy. You got second and goal. And I'd give Mr. Erickson one more crack on and see if you get 5 or 6 or all of it. Whether you can run it 2 more times. If you don't get much here, then you're basically got to throw it twice.
Yeah, I think that play they just ran worked pretty good. I'm sure the hold isn't what caused him to score, but
Leal clear across the formation again, motion, fakes it. McFadden turning right at field, got a way to go. Everybody folded in on Erickson, and McFadden pulled the ball back out on that read option, Randy, and had just a lane and accelerated through it. So touchdown, Impalas on the drive, put them back up 13-7 with 4:01 left here in the half. A very fast-moving game here at French Field. Impalas with their PAT pending, and they're looking for a body. Probably because the young man that came out with the ankle injury earlier is probably on the PAT. snap and the kick, both good. So is the hold. So McFadden, after the touchdown, scores again as the PAT is good for the Impalas. They go back up 14-7. We got a pretty good football game here, Randy.
Yes, we do. And we'll talk about tomorrow night. We're going to have a pretty good football game. Our first game.
Another rivalry.
In Windsor.
Yeah, big rivalry.
Kind of probably the game of the state tomorrow night. Windsor and Pine Creek. We'll have it for you here on Streaming Sports. Our first Windsor football game. We're
Pine Creek coming in number 1.
Yeah, so we're happy and to.
Well, like I said, between Windsor and Pine Creek, there's a couple state championships over the last 3 years. I think Pine Creek won 2, 1 for Windsor, and both of those teams. That's going to be that's the big measuring stick, as you said, for 4A. And with Eric Freehoff on the call over there, hope you get a chance to tune in. We'll also have a game here. We'll be busy people here in Northern Colorado, bringing you all the high school sports we can. Thank our sponsors when you have a chance to go in and see them. McFadden looks like he's going to do the kickoff now. But when you go in, tell those sponsors that you appreciate them backing us up and giving a chance to bring you these high school athletes here at French Field and on the volleyball court. McFadden just drives it. Nice kick. It's going to be in the air down to the 4-yard line, and it just drops, bounces out. They've got to pick it up and get going. Tries to cut back. Number 10's got a lane, though. Spins out of one tackle, makes out the 15. He did a good job making something out of that, and that's Abby.
Yeah, well, Abby's a tremendous athlete. He was a top-notch soccer player and decided to
showed some pretty good wheels just to get 10-yard return out of that.
He's fast. He played basketball as well, and so tremendous athlete.
Well, and that's one of those moments. It's like, okay, coach is like, the ball hits the ground and the rhythm of the play is out. You've also seen those be broken, too, because everybody kind of knows that he's in trouble. Either way, 1st and 10, Lampkin's back with the ball at their own 15-yard line. Iverson, Remmers behind him. Motion now. We got twins here to the right side. Iverson gives the sweep to Remmers out, so he sees the whole gap right up the middle. Just makes a sharp cut. I like how he puts that foot in the ground and makes that hard turn. Alonzo Leal on the stop for the Impalas. Shore out here, split wide right by himself. Tight end right side. Sweep coming this time. Abby trying to get the outside and gets reloaded. That's how you play safety. Spencer Purnell came through there like a heat-seeking missile, didn't he?
Boy, he did, and threw his body at him and a clean hit.
Oh, yeah, he kept his face up, and just a great play inside out by the safety. When he sees that edge, and he accelerated through it. He's got that angle that nobody else is picking up. He's not trying to play contained. That's why he could run full speed.
And you could energize the crowd with that one, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, didn't it? You
right here on the crowd side. And
you don't need a field mic like we do for that one. So 3rd and 7 now, long 7. Need to get across the 30 or 25-yard line. Fake the blitz. Iverson looking around. He's got to step up. He gets hit, though. Got one arm. Now everybody's going to get to him. 3, 4, and 5. And Paul's get there. First one to him was number 99. Michael Scott, the junior on the outside, quickly followed by a host of others in the silver jerseys. But number 53, Will McBride, got there too.
Hooters a pretty complete team this year, aren't they?
They really do. They've got it going on, and right now you're going to be forcing Lampkins to punt out of their end zone. We're very close to it. Yeah, they'll be punting out of the end zone on a standard 14-yard drop. The band, everybody down here to the near side, going to have a timeout called on the field here, so we'll take a timeout up here too. You're watching Streaming Sports. Brian, if we could come in with a shot of the So we're back here live now, 4th and about 14. On the break there, get the band, the cheerleaders, and the Impala. We got the Impala sighting on this side. We got a mascot sighting. He was leading the cheer. Warm night to be in a mascot uniform too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we talked about that first game against Douglas County.
Leo,
nobody's hotter than the mascot.
Leo standing here, kind of a wobbly kick, no rush, pretty good punt. Drives Leo back right about midfield. Easy catch, makes one cut, accelerates down the sideline. Oh!
Ran over his own man.
Yeah, he saw open field that way and tried to make one more cut. And I actually could think he could have stayed on the course he's at, but he is so elusive. Just a great change of direction runner. But a nice return, about 20 yards back inside the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Paula's got a chance now, Randy, with 2:05 left. Big task here for the Lampkins defense. They want to keep them out from another touchdown. Pistol formation. Erickson right behind McFadden. Fake again, looking for Leo in the outfield. McFadden, though, is going to be grabbed, and I think he just got by the shoulder pad. I think they're looking for him. It just wasn't the acceleration on that play, and that's the 3rd time they've kind of run that motion. Nice job by the Lampkins coming underneath there, led by Jack Pedersen, the captain, number 76. So loss of about 11 yards. Back to throw, screen pass over the top to Erickson, and we're going to have a holding call. Got 2 holding calls. They could have picked either one of the one to throw there. There were a couple of them with 1:27 left there, Randy. The one thing that doesn't hurt Poudre is that it does stop the clock.
Yeah, it does, and 1:27, as you say, and
there was a couple holding out here, and very easy to see, and the official took the closest one to him. And they're going to wave it off, apparently. Because I saw one on the inside where somebody got spun around. And I'm surprised we don't hear the Lampkins coaches to our right adding to it. So either way, though, there was a gain on the play of about 8. Nice job downfield tackling on Erickson on the screen play. And makes it 3rd and 12. Got to get inside almost near the 19-yard line for first. Plenty of time. Pistol formation, Twins on the outside, McFadden back to throw. Quickly dumps off to Erickson. That's just a good job. Coming up, get to the big fella's legs. Struggles to get out of bounds, and he does. Nice heads-up play. Spencer Purnell and another good open field tackle. But that's the smarts there, too, of Erickson to get out of bounds, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's a smart player and one of the best in the state.
So 4th and long 6. 1:06 left here in the half. Paulers would love to tack one on. Lampkins would love to keep him out of the end zone. Quick outfield throw, just a nice throw to Zach. Pitch and catch. Purnell's a little upset. He kind of took a misstep back there on the cut outside to Leal. You've got to honor Leal for the deep speed, but Purnell, I think, has got enough speed to stay with him. That was just a footwork issue there, and a good throw and good catch gets the first down for the Impalas. So hard to play defensive back when you're on an island out there with a dangerous receiver like Leal in front of you. 1st and 10. 1:01 left. Plenty of time. Give to Erickson. And they come right up the middle. And a nice tackle. Good wrap up.
Yeah.
Number 6, Garrett McGraw. Got to his legs right away. And part of that difference on that read option play or that delay option, that's a slow developing play. Something like McGraw, if he sees that coming, sees that action coming to him, blocked down in front of him, he went up and took it. Apparently, it's going to be a holding call. In the middle line. Another spot foul. Like I said, once again, Poudre back and forth here. Not much time runs, though, because they do get that stop at the clock. 56 seconds to play, 2nd down. Yardage is almost irrelevant now, how far you need to go to the first down, but it's near the 6-yard line. Double reverse, looking to throw the ball downfield. Now he's just going to take off and run. Nice job of just getting out of bounds. They tried to do the double reverse pass, trying to get it downfield. The running back from that side, number 33, just flooded out there, Dante Flores, and got downfield, and the reverse coming back around to Josiah Stribling, but nice job by the Lambkin safeties not letting that happen. I like the call, Randy. So 3rd and about 11. Play coming back in. So a little razzle-dazzle, but a nice job by the Lambkins defense. Still about a 10-yard gain. Still showing 2nd down over there. I didn't think they got 1st down again, but I believe the Chains guys. And now a timeout taken. So when you've got this short yardage to get to here right at the end of the half, you don't want to waste these opportunities in just a 1-touchdown game, that's for sure. So Coach McVicker takes his timeout. Now I know there's been a couple. We haven't seen an update on the board showing both teams with 3 timeouts each. But a nice night for football. Thanks for tuning in to Stream It Sports. David Haase along with Randy McCoy. Brian Roxbury, our cameraman. Get a chance to go down here and get a shot of our Impala and our cheerleaders down here in front on this side. A lot of hard work put in by all the athletes, but everybody knows that the cheer squads, the band, everybody else, they are very busy. They practice a lot of hours too. Dance moves on that Impala, Randy. He's got a little bit going on.
Yes.
So we're back out there on the field now. Timeout's over. Coaches are off. We got the plays called. Stribling and Leo wide left. Pistol formation. Quick pass to the outside. It's going to be overthrown. That's one of those passes where I think McFadden thought Stribling was going to keep running. Stribling just kind of posted up and said, hit me, I'm going to make it here, and just airmailed him. And Stribling's pretty tall. He's 6'3". So that did stop the clock with 37 seconds left. 3rd and about 9 or 10. You almost don't want to leave time on the clock for the Lambkins, do you?
No, it would be
McFadden pulls it back out. He's got room to run, goes downfield. Nice job of just sliding. They got to get to the line of scrimmage now. 28 seconds left, because if you don't score on this play, that means, but you do get a 1st down, you're running out of your own time here. And they may run it down to where they got just the last play, which looks to be what they're going to do. 10 seconds and counting.
Try to kick a field goal, huh?
Well, that would be what you normally would think, but their kicking game looks to be a little bit up in the air right now, although McFadden did work pretty well on that PAT both times, but timeout taken, and we'll see what they want to do. I don't think you take a timeout to kick a field goal unless coaches just do a little bit of a debate and set it up. The ball's on the right hash, so not a great angle for a right-footed kicker either. But we got a minute with the Poudre Band. Paula Band does a nice job of keeping going. Across the way, the Fort Collins, their band's representing too, and I brought this up earlier. For those who don't know, it seems to be an annual tradition, Randy, that after the game, both drum lines go out and have at it at midfield in a little drumline contest. It's just not the guys in uniform here competing tonight, apparently. Thanks to all of you tuning in from wherever you may be. We know number 19, Bryce Ramler. His dad has watched us from afar with his military. Thank you for your service, sir. But after all that, it is going to be a field goal attempt. So McFadden put the ball down, spotted. Leal will spot it with the tee on the 18. And that's just what I thought. Coach Rice says, like, okay, now we're going to react to that, and they're going to take a timeout. Just that little cat and mouse game you play as a coach. You can't do any good with him in the locker room, can you? I don't think that would really change anything that the Impalas would want to do. They get a chance to add to it. If it could be 17-7, I think they'd be pretty happy. As we look ahead for the rest of the year, Randy, we got some great teams coming up here to play. We're going to see Cherry Creek coming up to play Fossil Ridge later in the season. We've got other
They were
games.
upset last week.
Yeah, so you know that Coach Logan will have those guys in form, but a lot of great football here at Frenchfield, not just the city games only. Tune into Streaming Sports. We had a tremendous growth in the last year or so. We thank all of you that do tune in and tell everybody. I can say you can find us on Facebook Live now. And as we set out here, the 600+ thousand clicks last year in the state with Streaming Sports, and we look for that to grow again this year. So we're back now. I think we're going to run a play. It's going to be a field goal attempt. 28-yarder. Snap is good. Hold is good. It's going to be long enough. And it's good.
Good.
And he drilled it. So Troy McFadden, knee brace and all.
What knee brace?
Puts it through the uprights, and he left a second on the clock. How could he do that?
I don't know. That's
Pretty
what
quick
they,
whistle.
Yeah, I'd want to see what they put in that right leg is, huh?
Yeah, Coach Rice being able to go over and say, I'd like to take a look at that brace. Might be spring-loaded. No, he's come back well from that. Showed great composure and the athleticism we expected. Just that testing yourself as an athlete again. So we'll have a kickoff and a return. Unless there's some type of defensive penalty, that'll end it. But a beautiful night here at Frenchfield. Great night for football across the way earlier. We know Rocky Mountain was playing softball. We know that Lampkin softball, big win and dominating win over Boulder today. Anytime you go down and beat those Boulder schools, we're not too unhappy about that. Tough programs there too, of course, but Lampkin's off to a good start also in volleyball. Defending champions here in the city of Fossil Ridge. They're still ranked #1 in volleyball.
See them later in the year.
Yeah, we'll get attempts to really high-level production up here from volleyball teams too. Softball, all on top of it. Squib kick going down there. Lampkins don't want to pick it up. Someone wasn't quite sure what line it was at, and it goes over, and he gets trucked, literally. And that'll do it for the first half. So I like the way Poudre just goes and makes a play out of it, doesn't let a return happen. And that ends it. So after 2 quarters of play here at Frenchfield, the Impalas 17, Lampkin 7. You're watching Streaming Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
Welcome to Toyota's National Clearance Event.
We love adventure and we want something safe.
RAV4 comes with Toyota Safety Sense Standard.
Just imagine the things we'll see.
Here we go. Oh, look at the zebras.
Oh, look at those 2 rhinos. Oh.
Are they?
Maybe the beach.
Love the beach.
Right now, get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a new 2017 RAV4. Or get $3,000 cash back on RAV4.
Enjoy the sights.
Toyota, let's go places.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Welcome back now to the second half at French Field. Streaming Sports here. David Haase along with Randy McCoy. Brian Roxbury on camera tonight. Good first half, back and forth. Kind of ending with a field goal from the Impalas, giving them the 17-7 lead. But both teams showed some offense, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and a pretty well-played game, really, to be honest with you. A tough match from two tough teams. You would expect probably Poudre to be ahead by 10 at half. It's kind of going as planned, but they've got their skill players are some of the best in the state.
Yeah,
and
their combination I would put up against pretty much anybody. The running back, receivers, combination with athleticism and the quarterback. McFadden and Iverson both threw the ball well at times. Had some others that, they're still early in the season looking throws, but passable. Iverson, the sophomore, his big first city game rivalry start, so we'll see what they get. They've got to kick off, though. They don't get a start with the ball. It goes to the Impalas. So if you look at the kick, that time Poudre over the top, bounces back, gets a live ball in the field. That puts the pulse rate for any of the coaches on both sides. Who's going to get there first? Because that was a sprint. That was a nice kick, wasn't it? Just laid it up over there by the 30-yard line, bounced it around.
And again, these are not your father's kickoffs, are they?
No, they don't even try. Like you said before, if you can't get the touchback in high school, put it in the air, get a chance for your team to go down and get it, but at least take away the chance for a big return. So it's going to be Impala's 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Erickson McFadden is expected back outside. We go to that time of night where it gets a little darker here at French Field, and those numbers get harder and harder to read. Stribling and Leal here near side into the sideline split. Erickson again on the run, nice cut.
And that's his classic move right there.
Yeah, just a powerful cut, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Beautiful night here at French Field. Thanks for tuning in to Streaming Sports. Just the kickoff of our season. Up and down the Front Range in Denver. Phil Mildren's company growing and growing, and we're glad to be the Northern Colorado representatives. So 2nd and 2 now for the Impalas. Shift going on. Erickson again on the give. Close to first down yardage, but nice job of getting underneath there and a strong tackle. Tell you what, no surprise at all with the Lampkins, Randy, coming up and making hard plays out there. 35, Jay Swede that time. Just got right to his legs.
Well, nobody's going to out-hustle Fort Collins, and nobody's going to out-scrap them. And they may be more talented, they may be faster or something like that, but nobody's going to play harder than Fort Collins.
And big guys across line, they're going both ways. Jack Pedersen, captain there, the senior O-line, D-line member. Going to come in and get a measurement going on here now. But other guys that up front have been playing well all night. So if you can contain it on that one big play, they've done a pretty good job. There's our look, and I didn't get your famous call, Randy, so I think you're saying it was long enough and just for the first down, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was too busy showing our Twitter accounts here.
Right.
So
Andrew Van Orden down there, number 70. These other guys plugging up the middle, too, along with 74, James Swan. Big guys up front for the Lampkins. Tall order tonight. Everybody across them there, too, with Mayer and Stillwagon, the rest of the guys that block up front for the Impalas. 1st and 10 now, ball on the 41-yard line. Fake the give, McFadden get flushed in the pocket, got to turn and throw, fires it, and he did a good job of just getting rid of it.
Yeah, he did, and fairly elusive quarterback.
Well, there's one thing that brace won't let you do, and that's turned into his right there. That is harder to do because that doesn't let your leg pivot, which is obviously the protection of the brace itself.
Well, I can tell you I had ACL surgery as a adult, and the thought of being able to do what he's doing after a year even is, it still affects me as a person. So
don't heal as quick, do we? Give over the right side. Buxton around the outside, kicks around there, first down yardage, and out of bounds he goes.
Boy, he knows right where to go, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, like I say, just that great vision. And, boy, you young running backs out there, you pay attention to the way he runs the ball. As soon as he gets a cut made, he puts that foot in the ground and cuts straight up field and with purpose. But his shoulder pads square up as fast as he can. You're running sideways, you're not going to be gaining yardage. You're just trying to outrun people, and you can't do that to an entire defense very, very long. So 3rd and short now for the Impalas. Ball right at the midfield stripe of the Poudre School District monocle here, right there in the middle of the field. Give to the fullback up the middle. Oh, good second effort. Now, I think the far side judge is going to be a little short on him. The near side judge, boy, I tell you what. His spot, if you're a Lampkin, it's right on. If you're not, if you're Nepal, you think he got pulled there, because I think that the ball to give was to number 36 there, Tate Satterfield.
I think he's got it by an inch.
Okay, we've got Summon Patrick near on the other side of the booth saying you're just short. That's a great camera shot. How many links in that chain? I'm going to say he's short by about, yep.
Oh, I was 6 inches off.
Patrick's all over it. He's got it. A lot of spotters up here on high above French Field on the west side.
Yeah, there's a lot of experts up here, isn't there?
So Paul is looking for that statement play here early in the second half. 4th and very short at midfield. Still going to stay out of the shotgun. Look for the give, the fake on the give to McFadden. Now he comes up under center. Sneaks and he just surges forward. I like that call. Don't give the defense a chance to sneak through.
And you don't see it called as much as, it used to be called. Not that we're trying to get anybody off our lawn or anything, but
there we are again.
Yeah. It's the simplest play, and if you need 6 inches, you can pretty much, we've seen Tom Brady just
fall forward.
Just get the ball over when you're 6'6" or.
Well, and the one thing about what I was saying before, coming up under center, that cuts down the reaction time of the linebackers and the linemen. If you're back there in the shotgun, the ball's got to travel to you. Then you got to pick a direction. So it does cut down that reaction time, and that was easy first down that time for the Impalas. Snap back now. McFadden looks left, pumps right, fires down. He's got Leal wide open, and he just overthrown. Did a nice job on the down, out, and up. And got a good bite on the cornerback and then Leal took off. If it just put a little more air under it and let him go get it, just overthrown a little bit. Because that would have been a walk to the end zone. And it is so hard to play defensive back out here. They've had 3 or 4 short passes, covered well and tackled well in the open field, but every once in a while they're going to take you downtown. Shift on the offense again, both tied in, fullback sliding over right side, from the right side. Erickson, tell you what, there's a pretty good strong tackle there.
74.
Erickson comes bowling through the hole there, and he runs into James Swan. And all of him.
Yeah, that was a good tackle.
Yeah, gain of maybe 1.5 yards. I think that's the first time we've seen a short yard gain there by Erickson tonight, and Swan, nothing doing. And you can see he just wrapped him up both arms and drove from the nose tackle position. 3rd and 9 now. Lampkin's looking pretty stout. After the long incompletion, McFadden back, looks left side, flips it on the outside. He's got it man on the top.
Whoa, what a pass.
Yeah. And a great catch on the top of that one by Josiah Stribling. Threw it out there. Nobody else had a chance to that ball, and the defensive back had no way of knowing it was even coming.
Great touch on that pass. You know, sometimes you need a powerful throw, sometimes you need touch. And I'll tell you what, you could tell he held back a little bit and just placed that ball right where it needed to be.
Yeah, he feathered that ball up in the air, and Stribling, just nice athletic move to gain up on the DB and then go up in the air and take the ball. First down, Impalas inside the 30-yard line. 8:45 left here in the third quarter.
And one of the things the Impalas are doing, they're chewing up clock too.
Full blitz coming. Erickson bucks the outside. Nobody's going to be there.
Up yards there.
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
And touchdown.
And what really made that play, Randy, besides obviously a couple of good blocks there, Lampkin's blitz right up the middle. They brought the house. And as soon as you got past the line of scrimmage, there was nobody left.
There was nobody left.
And he knew to cut back in there, and great downfield blocking too. You don't have to knock somebody down to have a good block. Give your running back a side to cut, and did. And as we said before, the vision.
Just get in their way.
Yeah, and about a 30-yard touchdown run tacked on tonight, so well over 100 yards for Erickson. McFadden kicks through. So 24-7 now, Impalas lead.
And again, one of the things that I was just saying, not only are they scoring, but they're not scoring as, real quick. They're keeping the ball, which keeps Fort Collins from being able to get the ball.
3.5 minutes there in the drive, a couple of decent plays, and they finish it with a long run. But like I say, that was the high risk, high reward, high danger of that all-out blitz through the middle there. And Erickson, right play was called against it, and they broke it outside. And just a couple nice blocks downfield, took it to the house.
If you're waiting or know somebody who might be waiting to watch the Rocky Mountain Windsor volleyball game, there's a late start. What happens, they play C team and JV and everything, so you don't really know sometimes when the varsity game is going to start. We had a late start at Fort Collins Tuesday night.
Yep.
So
part of what happens.
There's nothing wrong. There's just nothing to show you yet. So
stay tuned.
Yeah, I want to thank Phil for tweeting that out on Stream It Sports Twitter account.
McFadden will be kicking again.
By the way, if you want to follow us on Twitter, there's our Twitter accounts. Dave H 1923 and at NoCo Broadcast. So follow us, and we'll keep you up to date on.
We'd love to hear from you.
We're also on Facebook Live tonight on Stream It Sports and Stream It Sports NoCo.
Fadden now, quick, punches it down the middle. Just a three-step, pretty strong leg. Goes to 10, kick the outside by Abby. Stepping away. I tell you what, a great effort there. Hard to have seen it in the middle there, but number 21 for the Impalas here, left side contained. Ryan McVicker, I got to give him a little bit of love there because he didn't let Abby cut to the outside and made him turn back into all the pursuit, and he stopped him. So now we've got a Lampkin down on the field at midfield, so we're going to take a moment here and take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
So that was the kicker and the quarterback, Troy McFadden, who got up on his own power a little gingerly though, but he's okay. That's one of those moments where you know, if you're playing 5A ball and you want to go very far, you've got to have decent punting and kicking. You just do.
Yeah, you do, and McFadden's providing that this year after having the Davis.
Yeah, Davis boys there for several years.
Yep,
big legs, big punter too. Now Iverson finally back to the ball, fires down the left side, just high.
Trying to hit Abby over there, but
sophomore's got a really strong arm.
He's not 7'3", huh?
No, nope. And part of that's just when you're rolling to your left, you got to really roll your shoulders, get your hips turned around so you can throw straight. Because if you're not, you come off your arm's going to come through really low, and the ball will sail on you. It's hard to get the ball down, and that's just hard. That's just footwork for a young quarterback to learn. He'll get there. Solid, he's got good arm strength, good athleticism. It's just putting all those things together.
And he'll get some better foot speed as well.
It's getting stronger.
Yep.
So incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Give in the middle. Nice job up front. Boy, just a wall of Impalas there.
Again, the Impalas are not flashy, but they're one of the most solid teams we've seen up here in a few years, I believe.
Kobe Salinas there, 34, got up from the bottom of that pile, but boy, there's a bunch of people on it. And right now, Coach McVicker, he's rotating people in and out on defense. He's keeping people pretty fresh, especially up front. So after a loss of about 1, 3rd and 11, Lampkins need to convert here. Don't want to give it back. This time rolling left, no one out there. Guys, he's got a man wide open downfield. Easy pitch and catch. Great throw by Iverson that time. And Randy, he did move all the way around, get his feet set. And Jackson Shore broke deep on a down, out, and up. Slow developing. And credit to Lampkins on that left side, too, of holding back the defense.
Well,
huge.
And credit to Lampkins
play
for not getting their head down after they, had a 3rd and long and not.
Yep. Yeah, just somebody bit on coverage there, but a great pattern by Shore and a nice pass by Iverson. First down inside the 35. Back to throw again. Screen pass in the middle. And Bryce Ramler, there's the veteran right there. Ramler saw it coming, turned around to find the receiver. He didn't tackle him. He just basically set a pick on him. He said, you can't come through here. Pass fell incomplete. But he knew when it's too easy to run by your lineman, Like I say, that's just a veteran move. The senior just stood still, dropped back, and found that incoming receiver. And one thing, I haven't seen Jake Leone come back in the game. Randy, we'll kind of have to get an update on that.
Yeah, well.
Because that's the kind of play he would be running in the first half if we got him down here on the near side or not. I just haven't seen him.
Well, again, and as someone who's done that, you get up and it feels so much better than the initial pain that you feel like you could.
Yeah. And actually, no, he's on the sideline without a helmet. He's dressed up. Looks like his knee's been wrapped, so I think that's one of those what Coach Rice said. I'd rather have you for the rest of the year than the next 2 quarters. So a 5-yard penalty to start off the second play there. Didn't get a snap, so a procedure call brings him back to second and about 15. Need to get inside the 24-yard line for the first down. Trips to the near side. Iverson blitz, gets around one, still Simmons got a man wide open down the side. Ball didn't have enough on it. That's when your eyes are bigger than your plate's bigger than your eyes, as I say. He didn't have time. Even if he could have thrown it 65 yards, the ball had been completed well into the back of the end zone, out of the end zone. But Poudre came on a blitz, and the sophomore that type did a nice job sliding in the pocket, sidestepped one, got his eyes back downfield. Only one close to that, though, was Stribling, the safety. But when you lose your most potent downfield weapon in Leone, that's tough. Roll out right, looking downfield again, caught up in traffic.
Intercepted. Actually, that ball did not.
Never touch the ground. You're right.
Incomplete pass is the ruling on the field.
I thought he caught it.
No, he caught that in the air. That ball never touched the ground. Either way, if his arm went forward, it's an interception. If it didn't, it's a fumble.
Well, his arm went forward, but it didn't have the ball in it. The ball was just loose.
Right, but it never.
And it's going to be the side judge's call.
And it was right in front of him.
I've got pretty emphatic.
Yeah, there you go. They got it right.
Yep. Pretty emphatic looking there. I think they're going to rule that a fumble. And he got rocked. And he's still kind of walking off a little wobbly. He's very game, but there's sometimes when you just got to put it down and eat it, and sometimes that's just experience talking. You don't gain that without knowing you've been through it. So turnover that time. Trying to make a play, but it might have been just better off after all that time to step forward and try to gain a few. So first down and Paul is on their 37, and there's a big drive right now for the Lambkins defense, isn't it? They need to hold out the Impalas here because being down 24-7 with 7:11 to play. McFadden looking to go for all of it in one play. Fires it deep downfield. He's got Lee all by himself.
Oh, my goodness. What a beautiful throw and catch. 63 yards. That's a thing of beauty, isn't it?
Yeah, speed, you can't substitute for it. And I think there was just a blown coverage there because the safety and the corner both looked at each other like the other had deep coverage. He was 10 to 12 yards behind.
Well, did you notice how McFadden waited?
Yeah.
He waited till he broke open and then just threw a perfect strike.
Showed very good arm strength there, too.
And game getting out of hand here for the Lambkins.
Field goal attempt that time back in from the attempt. Number 92 is Noah Ford. The senior knocks it through.
Well, the other thing is they're not just a run team.
No, I said, you've got very dangerous receivers. You get, on the outside with Leal. Obviously, we've seen that for a couple of years. He's changed games in one play several times. Ask Rocky Mountain last year how he pretty much broke the game back Poudre's way for the win on one play on about 3rd and 20. And that time, he just turned on the Jets. And I think what they're talking about now in defense there on the cross the way with the Lambkins are just find the guy because they both froze. Now they thought the other guy had him. So the big play capability for the Impalas twice tonight. Long plays of over 50 yards. Erickson in the first quarter on the long run, the big pass that time. That ran off about 9 seconds, Randy, to do that. Ford again to kick off now. Not surprising after McFadden, 1, getting hurt on the last kickoff. And 2, get your quarterback out of there would be my second comment. Spiral kick down there, dropped on the ground. Abbey picks it up, he's got a man to cut to the outside. Brings it back to the center, goes down near the 40, so good field position again. McCaylin Moore, number 1, kind of just dived on him. He didn't have it and hit. That's an athlete we'll see more out of later in the year. Randy McCaylin Moore, a very explosive athlete, very good jumper and sprinter for the Lampkin track team. So 1st and 10 Lampkins. They really need to drive here, don't they?
Well, they need to hang on the ball, if anything.
Yep, no backs. Quick out pattern. And that's just a good job of keeping him from him. He took what he got there, tackled. Made about 6 yards. Just a nice pitch and catch. Get him a little rhythm back. Kean Raska on the tackle for the Impalas. Catch out there on the outside. Just a good throw. I wanted to find the number because I don't have a 40-something number on my Lampkins roster. Always makes the fun in the booth. Iverson again, long out pattern, just overshoots it. That's a long throw for a young quarterback, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and that's just not a throw he's going to make very often at this point yet.
Yeah. You're on the right hash and just a little outside of it, throwing all the way across. If you don't know, football field just barely over 50 yards wide. And if you throw from one hash to the other, you're pretty much throwing it 40 yards, or not quite 40, but he'd stepped outside it and downfield. So takes a wall for that ball to travel there, and that's a dangerous horizontal pass. So 3rd and 4, trips to the top of your screen, no backs again. Blitz coming. Graham's got a man deep. Got Abbey down here, puts it in the air, is going to hit him in stride.
Oh, yeah.
Inside the 10, 5, dragged down.
Great catch by Abbey.
Yep. And credit to Iverson stepping back up, taking the time, and kept the ball in bounds, too, and let him go back and get it.
What an arm from the young man. He threw that.
Well, good 45 yards.
About 50 yards in the air.
Yeah, he did. And Abbey, and if I'm just going to get that wrong again, but Abbey Essegid, and I apologize, by the way, great catch. I mean, over the shoulder, Willie Mays running away, took his time, dropped it in there like a loaf of bread.
And speed.
Yeah, and McVicker, to his credit, the defensive back that made the tackle, hustled down, didn't let the 6 happen. And Paul still got a chance to stuff him. So 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Some excitement for the Lampkins.
Well, that's what speed do.
Yep, back in the Wildcat. Remmers with an offensive lineman next to him. Tried to give the inside fake. That's too slow.
Yeah,
that was sniffed out pretty good. Little too slow. Tried to give an inside counter play.
Inside handoff to Andrew Van Orden.
Van Worden on the carry. That's tough to get away from there because they're crashing the ends there.
And Harlan Archuleta at the top. No gain on the play.
Martinez and Archuleta for the Impalas. So no gain really, maybe loss of half a yard. Clock is running. We're down to 4:45 to play by the time the snap comes across. Still the Wildcat formation. Remmers there, trips to the top of your screen. Bunch formation. Actually, Iverson's back in. He's got a man in the flats. He had to throw it and get rid of it, didn't he? He had big old 54, Weston Mayer, all in his sights, didn't he? Mayer knew if he didn't get rid of it, he's going to send him down. That was a smart play by the sophomore. I got to get it out of my hands. Say Mayer broke through just on a bull rush. I know Weston has some family out in Kansas, so if you're tuning into the Stream of Sports tonight, thank you. And hello from Frenchfield. We are worldwide, aren't we?
Trying to be, huh?
Yeah, well, it's amazing where we got people tuning in from. We love to hear from you. So 3rd down, incompletion stops the clock. Back to the 6, just outside the 6-yard line again. Iverson fakes the give, rolls to his left, got room, throws the out in the end zone. I think it'll be a penalty, yeah. He was getting warned. Shore tried to run the quick out, and Iverson put the ball in a good spot, but he just got tackled before he got there.
I think they say he was on him like a blanket.
Yep. And then Paula down here in the end zone got rolled over, but he didn't want anything about coming out, did he?
No, he says,
Harlan Archuleta.
I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
No, it don't hurt that bad. Tough guys.
I want to apologize. We're having internet issues over at Windsor High School, and we've not been able to get that game on. We're recording it, though. We're doing the broadcast. We're just not able to get it out on the internet. So our apologies. We're working at it, trying to find another source.
So after the penalty, they're not going to call it an automatic first down, which, yeah, I thought it was. And the announcer agrees with me because there's interference, which I thought was in the end zone. Gives the ball to Shore on the quick inside down. He's just got to get some leverage and go. Yeah, that's a good angle.
Nice
job of waiting for the blocks, wasn't it?
Yeah, he could have, if he'd have gone a little sooner, he'd have got wrapped up. So he waited for the play to develop. Very impressive brain work there by the young man.
That's just a good play, and that's what you kind of expect out of your captains, your seniors there. You let those blocks set up and then just turn on the Jets. Made it the end zone. It's still a ball game, 31-13, 4:20 left here in the 3rd.
Well, Fort Collins got to play for some pride here as well. And,
oh, yeah.
You know, they got a tough schedule. You know, they play pretty tough 4A schedule.
Yes, they do. We're going to see them with Windsor over here later next month, I believe.
Yeah, well, our last game of the season, I believe.
PAT coming now. A good snap. It's off the side. Iverson's going to try to find somebody. Ducks under one, tackle. And just a good job of securing him there. Tried to get away. Nothing happening. So the snap was a little bit off.
Almost pulled a Gavro your premium. Or
yeah, going to give the Yo premium. That takes it back. For those of you who know what we're talking about, tweet us. And if you remember what game that was happening in, pretty significant year in the NFL that year in that Super Bowl game. I'd like to thank our sponsors again, Schrader Oil, along with First Bank and Pedersen Toyota. Schrader Oil gives us Schrader Saver cards that we distribute out to students. Free gas. If you're a high school student, Randy, that's just about like gold, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, I tell you what, now you look at the respect that Poudre's got for what Collins does on kickoffs. You've got a bunch of your ones out there in front. You got Weston Mayer right in the middle. Erickson, Ramler, Stribling right up front. We've got, you're all hands, you're all athlete team. And you don't need just a bunch of receivers up there. You need a big guy like Mayer who's very athletic, a great wrestler. But you need, because he's going to have to take on a bit of a run when somebody coming through. You need contact, somebody there just to give it back. Now Lampkins do break, but that doesn't mean anything. Poudre still playing though. Everybody pretty much up towards the middle. Kick's gonna be driven deep. Leal at his own 2. Makes one cut up the middle, spins around, still on his feet.
Through it.
Oh, and boy, what a great job on the safety there by the kicker.
Yeah, he was the last resort right there.
Garrett McGraw, the captain, the kicker, stayed back there because, boy, there was some shake and bake coming through there by Leal, wasn't there? That got the crowd going. But either way, it's still a nice return out past the 35, 36-yard line. 4:10 to play, leading 31-13. Pretty good chance for a steady dose of number 32. Just thinking. Snap, Erickson right down the middle. great blocks in front of him. You know, he was at the second level before he got touched. Guys in front tonight for Poudre are doing a great job. Erickson well over 100 yards for the night. McGraw on this tackle. Strong fullback to the right. That'd be Kobe Salinas for the Impalas. Erickson behind McFadden in the pistol. Give to Erickson again, right side. Sees a hole, busts up the middle. Got open room to run. Dragging carriers and bodies with him down. All running backs get judged on total yards, Randy, but yards after contact is a big one. And
that was 10 right there.
Yeah. And that's what coaches. You want to play on Saturday. That's what coaches want to see.
There's a lot of players playing on Saturday at 6'1", 203, so he's You know, sometimes we say, well, they've got the skill, but they're not big enough.
Yep.
There's a lot of players running backs on Sunday at 6'1", 203.
Now, that was just a great run. Nice job up front by the line, too, of the Impalas over and over again tonight.
He surprises you with the speed, actually.
Yeah. Little fake that time, try to give it across. I don't know if that was to
34 on the tackle.
Was that nice job of coming across the line by Jace Weed again. Yeah, Weedy was on the tackle. Satterfield on the carry, so it's just kind of an inside handoff, just trying to see if they caught the Lampkins napping and having a strong flow following Erickson around. 2nd and 14. Snap, Erickson off the left side, cuts it back. He did a good job just to gain a couple yards there. Nice job by the Lampkins.
I'd like to know the name of that play because that is his bread and butter play.
Well, it's really not a zone read. They're kind of man-on-man blocking up front, but you're right, though. The cutback is such a big part of that. Terrell Davis made that a Hall of Fame career for the Broncos, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So 3rd and 12 here.
I guess.
Yeah. 2:05 to play. It's one of those interesting moments, whether or not you're going to throw it. Single back behind, twins both sides on the split out. Lampkins kind of stepping back out of the blitz. And they've got to gain 12 yards. McFadden on the carry, cuts right side. He's got the edge. He's going to get the first down and more. I like that play because if it doesn't go all he needs, you still run the clock. And he just had that gain. He had that seam to the right side, showed great acceleration there.
Well, he's running just enough, isn't he?
Yeah. So 1st and 10 after the read option run by McFadden. Ball at the 16-yard line. Poudre looking to kind of close this one out. Erickson cuts back up the middle, dragging, shaking tacklers off. Guy's just trying to hold on to legs, and he's leaving them behind. Down inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Boy, another 8 yards.
And he's darn close if he's not over his 166-yard average.
Yeah, another big night. Well, that's the time you want it. You got to lead. You want somebody just to start carrying the mail. Toting it up and down the field, run that clock. Don't let your opponent even get their offense on the field.
And that's what makes Poudre so good this year. Seems like they've got all the pieces that you really need, against these big teams too in Denver.
Full out blitz coming. Quick throw to the sideline. I like the call. Just a little slow getting over to the receiver.
And that kind of call is thinking that the receiver is going to be able to shake that one.
Yep. Yeah, all he's got to do is make one miss. You're right.
And good job by the defender. 35 seconds left here.
It's a run. It very well be our last play of this quarter. Erickson off the side, bowling his way towards the end zone.
Gosh.
He gets there. Oh, if he's not in, I thought he fell in the end zone. Yes, he did.
Along with 3 of his best friends that were hanging on to him.
Yeah. You can't put any discredit to the effort in Lampkin's defense. They are getting there. He is just a lot to handle. And a nice job again up front. I'm sure he'd be the first one to say it's the 50s, 60s, and 70s guys in front of him are doing a nice job of pushing that forward. And boy, you know, he gets that next level, he's really tough to bring down. And a good snap, a good hold, a good kick.
So stay tuned during our break here. Dave will go down and find two lucky people for Schrader gas bucks. He's going to go down now and find them. You can hear the band going. I want to thank Schrader Oil and giving us the opportunity to give out to students gas bucks. We'll have a kickoff here, so
Noah Ford is kicking off for the Impala. Bobby Appleton is deep planting.
huddled up here, and the ball falls off the tee. So they stayed in the huddle a bit long, and the wind, I guess, a little more down there. Not much wind. The flag is not. So somebody must have just. So we have our Windsor. Where there's a will, there's a way. Good job, Cody McCoy. He got our internet going here in Windsor. So the Windsor Rocky volleyball game is now on live. And this will be a kick right down to the 20. And about a number 14 on the return, about a 6-yard return. 7 seconds left, time for one more play. That's Jack Sheasley. McVicker on the tackle, first down from the 30-yard line. Randy McCoy here, David Haase down scoping out the crowd for a couple of teenagers that want some free gas from Schrader Oil. So probably the last play of the third quarter. And pass out to Abby. Good move, but even better defense. So that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter. Our score, Poudre 38, Fort Collins 13. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
We got an Impala up here. The Impala's got the baby.
Selfie time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right there. And sometimes mascots are enjoyable, sometimes they're scary. This time it's a little of both.
Yeah, good job. Coming up, being part of the action up here, getting high fives with their team up 38-13.
Pretty good night to be the Impala. Like to thank Schrader Oil. Got to go down there. I tell you what, Randy, I tried to hand it out to a couple kids in the band. Apparently, everybody from the band that I got to talk to, their parents bring them to the game. No driver's licenses in that group, but found a couple of students who are extremely happy to get $10 in free gas. So thanks again to Schrader Oil. So 2nd and 6 now. Lampkins. Ball at their own 34-yard line. Paul is showing blitz. Oh, they got a good play call for that, too, on the outside. Nope, a little too hot to handle. Iverson tried to get it out there in that swing pass to Remmers. Remmers a little far upfield. Because Lyman there when there was no real room. If he'd even caught the ball, I don't know if he'd have got very far. Because the defender was already getting to the outside. That's just a play that just a little out of sorts. Once again, the difference between 2 games and playing 1. Collins, though, for a pretty young team, impressive. Now we see the game over there at Windsor High School. Sam and Cody on the air. Nice job on the tech solve down there.
Yeah,
Iverson rolling out. Going to get rolled under. Now they're starting to see it coming. Did we get a flag there at the end?
Brought down by Kobe Salinas.
Kobe Salinas on the tackle.
Maybe
but
dropped his hanky.
Yeah.
You don't see hankies around anymore, you know.
Well, there are not as many international men like you and I.
Well,
that,
you know what? I
things.
drove through the great state of Nebraska this last weekend en route to Sandy. Where'd I go? South Dakota.
South Dakota?
Yeah.
Yeah. Still
Went through a bunch
the
of
throw
small
I
towns.
remember. Yeah. Dot to dot. So
Up around Scotts Bluff and
beautiful country
where
up
there's
there.
actually some hills over there.
Punt high, going to cross midfield. Little trying to call fair catch. Gets a Lampkin bounce. Get more Lampkins bounce. Get about 10 yards of roll out of it. So down inside the 40. I wouldn't punt to him either. It's just
no,
too dangerous.
They've got a lot of weapons, and they're gonna create some havoc when they start playing some of these Denver teams. They play Valor.
Yeah.
I forget who else is in their conference, but I know Valor is.
Valor and Fort Carson.
And they owe them. They owe Valor big time.
Yeah. Well, most people do. Most public schools do. Matter of fact, all the public schools do.
But Valor came down here and gave Poudre a whooping last year. So.
Well, that's what makes you work hard all summer long, and that does it.
That's what'll get you on the map too, if you can get that win.
Substitute now at quarterback. Fakes the draw, heads upfield.
Maybe.
Yeah, it looked like that. I thought he was going in there. Sergio Tarango, sophomore.
Good job by Coach McVicker, because he knows you've got to have backups that's got some game experience. You can't.
Yeah.
And this isn't about disrespecting Fort Collins. This is about, if McFadden goes down or something, you've got to.
Yeah,
you got to have
right.
backups.
Yeah.
Especially at quarterback.
Quick out throw that time, dropped.
And official not really on it.
Yeah. Side judge. No. Dylan McVicker, though, on the outside there, I think he started to turn his helmet upfield, one to go. So 3rd and 5, need to get right across the 50-yard line. Tarango, high snap, takes it in. He's looking around. His eyes were down right away, weren't they? And he's going to be spins out of 1 sack, though. Gets rid of the ball. Got a man wide open. It's McVicker. McVicker still on his feet. And dragged down inside the 30-yard line. Boy, there's 2 great efforts on that play. I already had Tarango down, didn't I? They're in the backfield. Stepped out of that sack. And you're right, Eddie. Right away, his eyes were down. He knew he was going to run from the pocket. You could tell right away. But to his credit, after he got away from the sack, looked downfield. McVicker did the smart thing as a receiver does. Stops, squares up, lets his quarterback find him, hits him, and he makes a big run out of it. Got tackled, did the old pat drill. Go down one hand, keep yourself going, and another 12 yards after contact. Another high snap again, handoff, cutting back. Another about 8-yard run that time for the Lampkins. That's Tate Satterfield.
Or the Impalas.
Or them. trying to look across a couple rosters here. Knew I saw the right number, looked at the wrong side. No, I like that, though, and that shows you what practicing with something like J.T. Erickson will do for you. Satterfield, same thing, just a sophomore, but he knows to cut back. Right now, you're looking at your backfield possibly next year, Impalas. Sophomore quarterback and running back. Handoff against right up the middle.
Well, what this shows is, they've been strong in the middle school program for 2-3 years. These years, Wellington and Lincoln.
Yep.
But
Wellington,
specifically
Lincoln, and
Wellington and CLP have been tough in football, and this, you're seeing the result of that now.
Yep.
And these kids play each other from time, from 7th grade and 7th and 8th grade.
And Pop Warner possibly too now. These kids play a lot of time around, whether it's on club teams like Pop Warner.
Very few middle schools, junior highs still have football leagues that they play.
Yeah, this is one of the few school districts that actually does that. You're right.
So these guys have been seeing each other, and this is the result of some strong years.
Satterfield again up the middle. Makes a nice cut, and the hole goes down.
Speaking of crosstown games, tomorrow night we have another one. The other two schools playing, Rocky Mountain and Fossil Ridge.
Get some of these substitutions in there in the line now, too, for the Impalas 57. Tyler Carroll. I think I also saw 77 there, Zach Stinnett, who's been in and out. Trying to keep a lot of people fresh.
If you recognize that name, that was Brother Ricky, who was talking about a
bunch of carries.
A handful.
Triangle on the carry. Keeper cuts upfield. Nice. Great acceleration stepping through there.
Well, I'll tell you what, every one of their runners does it, cuts back like that.
Yep.
Yeah, Ricky Stinnett, we watched down here against Fossil Ridge a few years ago, carry the ball 53 times for 350 yards. So me and my old partner, Kevin Westhouse.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
There was no answer for him that night.
Nope.
Averaged 7 yards a carry.
Lampkin showing blitz. Triangle rollout, got a man open.
Oh, what a catch.
Yeah, nice way to lay out. First down gain there inside the 5-yard line. First and goal for the Impalas.
McVicker on the catch again and making his daddy happy on
That's
that,
right.
isn't
He gets to go home.
That was a great catch. Let me tell you, folks, that is not easy to stretch out like that. And it's just hands, but he these guys almost look like they've been playing together.
Yeah, that's an impressive group. Snap, gives right the middle, still wagging, spins around for one tackle.
Touchdown.
Lunges into the end zone.
He looks an awful lot like J.T. Erickson, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like I said, it's a good one to emulate. Nice block up front there, too, by number 71. In on left tackle, Brian Crespo. 6'5", 296, a sophomore. So that depth you're talking about, Randy, being so important. Get that work in now. You got some veterans in there, some young guys. That drive directed by a sophomore quarterback. That don't look too bad.
No, that's got to put a little fear in you.
Good kick that time. Ford put a lot of leg in that. Drive that back. He settled down. Makes it 45-13 with 6:54 left here in the fourth quarter. Lampkin's really putting it on this second half.
Well, it's 2 home games now. They've scored over 40 points. And again, that was their second team. So that's got to be a little disheartening for Rocky Mountain and Fossil Ridge, who's still got to play Poudre.
Yep. They'll see them later this year. And as you look at just the way that the way they're playing right now, you've got a solid quarterback. You have an exceptional running back. You've got receivers. They've got the big guys with Mayer and the rest of the guys up there along the front. From just the Stinnett. All the way, Stillwagon, all those guys that are running the offense like Cole Young, 72. Guys that really, they got the size they need on both sides. Then all of a sudden you see a sophomore tackle going in and helping out on a drive there too. That's right now the Poudre program showing the development, as you said, from the young classes on up. Lofted kick this time going to be taken. It's actually going to hit the ground. Lampkin's got to get that ball. It's still up, picked up. Somebody kicks it, and they get drilled. That took some courage. A lot of people wouldn't want to get next to that ball.
It's like I got it. No, you got it.
Yeah, I got it. You take it.
Yeah, you take it.
And whoever came across it and got it really got it.
First and 10, Fort Collins.
So Lampkins back out now, snapping on this near hash. Like I say, Jake Leone not back in the game, Randy, and it's probably a good call. Not the factor tonight that they'd like him to be, and not really needing to have that. Iverson back to throw, take the ball downfield. He's got a man open. There's a little bit of hold. Still going to be some screening. That's going to be a flag. That's an easy call.
So good they got through two of them.
Yeah.
For good measure.
Well, that time, Iverson, he saw you had the man on the outside. That's a long throw. He's on the left hash trying to throw it to the 40 on the far side of the field, and that makes it about a 45-yard throw. We've seen some tremendous arms up here, and those have generally been, your seniors. Because that's a long throw to make for any quarterback. So Poudre's going to give up the 15 for the pass interference downfield.
First and 10 for Collins from their own 41-yard line.
So Lampkins move the ball now out to the 46-yard line. Pistol formation, full back to the right. Remmers gets the call up the middle, seeking man. He's got a man behind him, steps upfield, surges forward with a couple guys on him.
Handoff goes.
Nice job taking it on downfield, tackled by Jordan Castaneda. And 11-yard gain, though. Just a nice play by Renner.
Tackle made by Hunter Greenlee.
Greenlee and Castaneda on the tackle downfield. No quitting the Lampkins, there's no doubt about that. First and 10 now, ball inside the 44-yard line. Motion across the formation, right side, Twins the top side of the field. Long count. Nice job picking up blocks. Iverson's got to look away from the line. He's trying to find somebody now. He's going to try to fire way downfield. Just a push-pull contest there. And a nice job, I'll tell you what. Defensive back, Randy, they're both waiting for it. Nobody extended their arms. They held their ground. And as we know, pass interference by the offense has not been popular in Fort Collins this week. And, but both those players held their ground nicely. The defensive back usually is at the worst position there, but he was turning and looking the whole time. Iverson just trying to get his receiver to have a chance to make a play. I think that was Ryan McVicker, 21 down there. It was. So second and 10, 5:50 left to play here in the game. Iverson rolls his right, good blocking on the outside. He's got to get rid of it though. Everybody's heading way downfield. There's three Impalas downfield guarding two receivers, Randy. Not much to go to. Need to find that intermediate route, somebody to stay underneath.
Yeah, they've kind of been an all or nothing, haven't they?
Yeah. So the incompletion again, 5:10 left to play. 3rd and 11 after the loss on first down. Fake. Little bubble screen the backside. Abby swirling around, going to be taken down. Doesn't get out of bounds. Nice job by the Impalas on the tackle. He tried to spin it out, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
So 4th down. Lampkins, no doubt they're going to go for it. So Twins both sides of the field, motion near side now. Fake, Iverson's on the carry. He's got first down yardage. And a pretty good pop on the tackle there. I think he's going to learn to, Kean Raska come up and.
Well, they both came up, and I thought maybe there was a little.
How you doing?
Saw a flag, but nope. Clean hit.
Yeah, well, he put his shoulder into him. You can't go for the head with the helmet, and he did a nice job there. I think that was number 10 that came up. Kean Raska just came up and put a good pop on him. And I think Poudre coaches like you to wrap up there than drive, but either way, the result was the same. 1st and 10, though. Trips near side, pistol formation. Iverson running for his life. Got the corner, is going to get some yardage. Nice job of taking on the tackler. Goes out of bounds. Made his mind up a little earlier that time, didn't he?
Yeah. And you've got to do that, because if not, you're going to end up, 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And, he's going to be a quarterback that, come about game 6 or 7 when we're doing these games, he's going to look completely different.
Well, already now he knows that, like I said, there's a chance just to go downfield, make a play, gain a couple extra. He took on some contact, not shying away from contact, that's for sure, and got out of bounds, stopped the clock for his team. 3:36 to play. Quick bubble pass to the outside, picked up by Schnorr, makes one move, cuts up fields, gets out of the tackles, the race to the corner. Touchdown. Oh, they're going to call him out of bounds. Give it to him, Stripes. That was a great effort. Shore just turned on the Jets, broke through a tackle downfield, and I thought he reached the ball across before he stepped out, but
there's no way the official would have known, because he wasn't on the.
No, he was not.
He was not on the goal line.
Well, out. He was a little behind.
Not sure he runs quite as fast as.
Nope. That was tough to get to. So 3:26 to play. 1st and goal for the Lampkins now.
I actually thought he was like at the 1 foot line. They gave him the 1.
Iverson under center. Fullback give. Pushes in the end zone. Wow, what a great
touchdown.
Surge. Entire offensive line for the Lampkins are in the end zone. All you had to do is take a step forward and not touch anybody. That was just a great surge up front. So Lampkins, no surprise to UI or anyone else, they're not giving up.
Well, and the thing about it, in years past, this would have been a late season conference game, and they're not anymore. So, in essence, this game doesn't really.
City pride.
Yeah, it's city pride, but and maybe in the RPI, I don't know.
Well, it's a bigger RPI thing, I think, would be for Collins than it would be for Poudre, 5A to 4A. But you could throw a lot of that way, I could say, in these city rivalries. Iverson on the hold. Another tough hold, and
that's 2.
Yep. Got a flag down on the far side, though. They may get another bite at the apple if they get an offsides call. Well, that time they switched him over because they got a left-footed kicker in there. I don't believe that was the same kicker the first time. And if you've never held for kicks,
needless to say, that's an area they'll need to.
Yeah. If you've never held for a kick,
illegal procedure.
Yeah, I'll decline that. I was going to say, though, holding for kicks is a bit of an art form. But if you've never held for a kick, and then all of a sudden you're out there, and then you got to switch around the left side, it's just a little it's a little different. And like you said, all that just takes practice.
Okay. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be right back.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here, and you can watch all our games on Facebook Live. Stream It Sports and Stream It Sports NoCo.
Jack Leal and Tristan Burkett are deep for the Impala.
Leal and Burkett back, but I don't think they're expecting to get the ball. Nope, onside kick by the Lampkins. And a nice job of just going down, getting it, covering it. Ball in the 40 now.
Onside kick goes 20 yards. Recovered.
Just a smart play there by number 21 for the Lampkins, and that's Ryan McVicker. And just getting on the ball that time and making sure there was no way Lampkins had a chance to go get it, and teammates come over and cover him. So a few more substitutions in the game. Number 4 going at quarterback now. Nate Wood, a sophomore. And we're going to have a little shift play there. Talk about being new in the game. Two Impalas try to go in motion at the same time and then didn't get set. But you know what, Randy, as we say, that's why you go out and get on the field. Burkett was on the carry.
Motion is the call against Poudre. 5-yard penalty makes it 1st and 16 for the Impalas. Can I have your attention, please? New quarterback in the lineup for the Poudre Impalas. Number 4, Nate Wood.
So a lot of substitutions in the game. Chance to play 3 quarterbacks. We're down to 3:13. Clock stopped after the penalty, 45-19. Thanks for tuning in tonight to Stream It Sports.
Nate Wood is the new quarterback, 5'10", 142-pound sophomore.
Twins both sides, single back behind Wood in the pistol. Give. Long hold on the give, trying to make the corner, turning upfield. I think that was a carry there.
Handoff goes to Braden Antion.
Braden Antion, the 5'9" junior.
Run out of bounds by McCaylin Moore.
I think that's when they're saying, okay, going out of bounds. We could have fallen in bounds and we'd been fine. Now the ball's been spotted and clock is running. Also out there, Tommy Thomas, wide receiver, another sophomore. Thomas in motion. Yeah.
Flag down on the field.
I want to remind you tomorrow night we got 2 big football games here on Stream It Sports.
Yeah, we really do.
Won't you tell us about them, Dave?
Well, first one right here at French Field. Randy and I on the call again. Crosstown rivalry game, Rocky Mountain and Fossil Ridge. Fossil Ridge needs to get a win, and so does Rocky Mountain. Both of them started off last week for Rocky Mountain with Columbine, one of the top teams in the state. Fossil Ridge losing to the Lampkins here on the field tonight, so they'll both be looking to break off of that. Run right up the middle, breaks the contain. Oh, wow. Tries to go. Good, about 45-yard gain. The burst, Randy, was pretty impressive there.
Yeah.
Kalen Moore on the tackle.
Trying to.
And then follow over in the big call. If you got the split screen, get both games up. Because you got on the other side of the interstate, I-25, probably the biggest game in the state, really among ranked teams tomorrow night. Pine Creek visits Windsor. Pine Creek ranked number 1 in 4A. Wood back now for the snap. Little bubble screen to the outside. Pitch catch, nice run upfield, caught there by number 22, Tristan Burkett. A lot of sophomores getting time here, Randy. That's just great experience.
Have a score from Windsor. Rocky is up 2-0 on Windsor in volleyball. You know what's impressive here is these reserves in for Poudre know what they're doing. They look like they're chomping at the bit to play, don't they?
Yep. Quarterback run this time.
I mean, when you can play your third team quarterback in a varsity game,
yeah,
you're doing pretty good.
Well, and the newness is going away. A lot of subs over there on the other side too for the Lampkins. So it's the time of game where the outcome is not in doubt. So everybody with a chance should get in.
There's nothing wasted in a game. That number 10.
That's just a great play there. 24 for the Lampkins. For the Lampkins coming up field. Aaron Van Meter, freshman. Great play. Boy, he saw that sweep and he came up there and closed it down, didn't he?
Boy, you can't tell those numbers to.
No, I think that was Braden Antion again, number 30 on the carry. So the freshman on the field for varsity time for the Lampkins.
This will be the last play of the game, and actually I'm not sure they'll have to run a play.
Well, the back judge raised his hand, so yeah, it is. Keeper Quarterback goes on the outside, picks his way forward. Nice run, gets the first down yardage. Clock has expired. And that's the game. So Randy, we had a start. Competitive first quarter and a half. Lampkins gave what they had, but boy, there's just too much depth, too much firepower at the Zapalas.
Yeah, it's all Poudre, and again, we're going to be saying that a lot this year because Poudre's got a special team. I think we can both agree. They've been pretty good in the past where they come out strong, but this team looks to be solid in several areas, and even their reserves look to me like they're ready to play.
Wanting to play.
They're wanting to play. So anyway, that's our game tonight, 45-19. Remember, tomorrow night we've got Rocky and Fossil here. We've got Windsor Pine Creek with Eric Freehoff, Cody McCoy. So we've got double dip tomorrow night. So anyway, for David Haas, Brian Roxbury, this is Randy McCoy. You've been watching Stream It Sports. Final score 45-19. We'll see you next time.
Poudre School District High School Football, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank. Bank